What is going on, everybody? This is Costa Games. Welcome to Manor Lords. Today we're going to be talking about your food supply. So this is a maxed out settlement that I have here. This is one of two of my towns, and I want to tell you, go ahead and avoid farming. I say that to say this. Farming is okay. It doesn't give you enough, and it takes a lot of people if you don't have the plowing station tech tree learned. I would avoid it until the later game when you have tons of families just sitting around and you're like, okay, I could dedicate, 2 families or 3 families to a farmhouse, and I'll do that for 20 pieces of bread. That's where you have to come to eventually. The way that I secure my food early game when I'm starting a settlement, you're going to go Forester Hut. I believe it's called the Forester Hut. Forager Hut, my bad. You're going to go Forager Hut, and you're also going to hunt your wild game. Now, as you can see, I got very, very lucky with my start, and I had rich deposits of both of these. Upgrading your forest management doubles the capacity of old berry deposits, and then also coming in here and doing your trapping where you get extra meat is going to be huge. Those are how you can supply your food chain for a long time. Once you get into later game, so you're coming out of the early stages, you're starting to get houses built, and you're going into your beginning parts of your mid-game journey, vegetable plots, as you can see here, are super important. These are literally one of the best ways to collect food in the entire game. Now, I want you to look up here and see how much meat and vegetables I have. I turn my berries into dye on this playthrough and sell it, but the vegetables and the meat are huge portions of my food. And the crazy part is I'm actually trading away my vegetables because I have too many of them. So if we go to food right here, as you can see, I'm exporting vegetables, and I have that set to 600. I have 230 people in here basically, and the meat and the vegetables are holding up just fine, which is a huge plus. That is 2 food items, which automatically get you from level 1 burgage plots to level 2 burgage plots. So these are level 3 burgage plots, and as you can see, you need a lot of different food types, and the next food type that I'm going to tell you to go after is chickens. And as you can see, those aren't chickens. These are chickens here. So on each and every one of these, maybe not these, I just built these, yeah. But each and every one of these little houses, there is a chicken coop in the back that will produce eggs no matter what. They produce all year long, and you don't need a lot of space, which is wonderful. Whereas the vegetables, they are required to have a lot of space if you want any type of good yield from it. So we're going to come over here to my second town, and I'm going to show you how to make these huge plots where you can have multiple families farming these vegetable plots. And as you can see, even on my second one, I have 511 vegetables. It's such a huge difference between all of these other types of food and my vegetable production. Vegetables just, they take the cake by far. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys how to build these kind of burgage plots. You're going to go to the residential. You're going to click the housing. Now, as you guys can know, you click on the road. That's going to choose what side. The first 2 dots are going to choose what side your houses face. Now, if I want to back all the way back up to here, give me a lot of space, and I click this. As you can see, that's a lot of houses and not a lot of backyard space. So what we have 8 houses here total. Now, this little plus and minus can reduce or add plot divisions. So if I click this, as you can see, I'm starting to drop the number of houses. Now I have 7. So I'm going to do that a couple more times here. And now, as you can see, I have huge backyards, and I get this little plus house, which I prefer when it comes to the garden houses or the vegetable garden houses that I have, because that means there are 2 houses that hold 2 families that can both work that same plot, and it goes twice as fast. So we are going to build these 4 houses, and then I'm going to show you how I do my chickens. Now, the chickens don't need as much space. You can go back here, maybe about to here, and all you're looking for is these little icons right here. The ones showing you that you have some type of production shed or something in the backyard, and that's all you're looking for. It's the minimum amount of space if you want to get that icon, and that tells you that you can then build chicken coops back behind the house. Those icons also tell you that at level 2, you can turn them into some type of artisan. So keep that in mind also. Now, some honorable mentions of other food types. Obviously, you do have your wheat that turns into bread. So you are going to need a windmill, a farmhouse, and then also some type of bakery. There is a tech tree that allows artisans to be bakers, and then there is a communal oven. These produce 1 flour to 1 bread. Your artisan bakers will produce 2 bread per 1 flour, so they are actually significantly better. So if you are going to go the route of big actual farms, I would research that tech. Now, another type of food is going to be your honey, which comes from apiaries. This is a tech tree. You can only have, well, you can't only have 2 apiaries per region, which is like this area here. That is your max production. 3 apiaries will not get you any more honey. 4 will not get you any more. 15 is not going to get you any more honey. So you build your 2 apiaries, you assign a family to them, and they will collect honey for you. Now, last but not least is going to be your apples. This is also a tech tree option. As you can see, right here are your apples, and right here is your honey or beekeeping tech tree. Now, apples go into the backyards of houses. So if I click like this burgage plot here, see how it has a little bit bigger of a backyard. I don't know for sure if you get more or less apples depending on the size of the backyard like you do with vegetable gardens. It doesn't say it anywhere in the actual description. I'll have to test that out a little bit, but as you can see, you can build them in just anything that has the extra production tile on their backyard. You can build an apple orchard. And as you can see, it says they take 3 years to grow and they produce the full yield every year after that. Until the 3 years is up, you only produce a fraction of the yield. Obviously, the tree needs time to grow. So if you enjoyed this or it helped you out, please leave a like and subscribe down below. I'm a smaller YouTuber. It helps me out a ton. I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about Manor Lords itself, I've put in a handful of hours into the game. I think I've kind of got it figured out. So feel free to leave those down in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as quick as possible. I appreciate you checking out the video. See you in the next one. Peace.